tested. We bring in all the answers you requested. You guessed it, it's unrested. Teaching street Japanese lessons.
Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here, on my way out. I got a good question today, but you know what? Once again, I forgot who sent it because I don't have my computer out here. I just got the email too. And it was about telling your parents you're going to Japan. One of my viewers asked, you know, Scott, I want to tell my parents I'm going to Japan, and when I told them, they got a little bit upset about it. I'm not going to go into details due to not getting too personal with his message, but I've had other people write me before saying their parents got upset when they said they wanted to go to Japan. And I mean, it's understandable. You're talking about 12,000 miles away from the States, if that's where you're from, and very far away from some other Western countries too, if you're heading out from there. And for the most part, I mean, you know, your parents don't like to be that far away from you. So my parents had the same issue too. They weren't really too happy at first when I told them I had plans to leave for Japan. I remember my mom wasn't excited at all. She was actually pretty upset, and she told a lot of friends and family when they'd ask about what my future plans were that I was thinking about going to Japan, but it probably would never happen. So, let's just say they weren't exactly the most supportive to begin with, but now that I'm out here and they see that I've built a career and become more successful, they're, you know, definitely more supportive and definitely more excited. So, as for advice as to what I would do, you know, I can't really give general advice because it's going to be different with everybody's situation and with everybody's parents. But one thing I would suggest is, you know, maybe let them know that this is your way of seeing the world. After you finish college, one of the best things to do is try and see as much of the world as you can, you know, before you have to finally settle down. And just think about the opportunity of not only getting to see the world, but work a job while you're doing it. So you're not going to be some bum, you know, trying to stay at hostels and hitchhiking everywhere you go. So try to let them know the benefits of that, you know, you can get a job out here with a degree, okay, a 4-year degree, and, you know, you can make a little bit of an adventure for yourself and a little bit of money at the same time, maybe pay back some of those student loans. So if I were to say there's any kind of advice that I would give, it would be that, is that, you know, at least let them know this is your chance to see the world and possibly make some money at the same time. Alright, so today I had another question from another viewer in my comments, and it said, why would you stay in Japan permanently? Like, what would ever make someone want to stay there permanently? Well, I think, you know, the reason's going to be different for everyone. My own personal reason, I want to live in a country that is completely uninfluenced by Christianity. And I know that's probably going to strike a chord with some people, and I'm not saying I have anything against Christians. Whatever religion you want to be, that's great, you know? Go ahead and do it. I have nothing against any religion at all. But personally, I don't like my own politics in my country, my lifestyle, or my job affected by Christianity. And that was something I had to deal with back in America. Now some people say, well, why don't you move to some other country? Well, other countries have that influence, okay? Some other countries do. One problem that I used to run into was I was an art teacher in America, and if I would draw anything small that would have any kind of monster type look to it or feel to it, right away parents would accuse me of teaching their kids about demons and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying every parent would, but I actually had quite a few that would suggest that I was proselytizing Satanism or something like that. Or I've been told before that with all my tattoos that I've messed up God's plan in America. That's what I've been told before. So to get away from that kind of Christian influence and the Christian influence that is in all of politics in America, I came to Japan, and I thoroughly enjoy not having that influencing my life. Like, once again, I want to say I have nothing against any religion or your beliefs, okay? But for my own personal, you know, disposition and prerogative, I prefer this kind of influence in a country that has little to no religion at all. For the final part of this FAQ today, I just want to talk about some older FAQs. I've gotten some comments or mails on older FAQs such as what I've said about citizenship or residency in Japan, also with drawing manga in Japan. And some of the stuff I've said on there is already out of date. It's obsolete. And that's going to happen when you make videos on YouTube. Some of the stuff you're going to say is going to become obsolete. You know, if I've said it over a year ago, guess what? Things might have changed. Well, recently the residency laws have changed in Japan, and having citizenship and the rules that apply to passports and visas have changed as well. So that FAQ is now obsolete and out of date. Now, I've put a notification on that one on the sidebar, but I'm not going to delete the other two questions that are on it, so I'm going to keep it up there. Of course, I'm probably going to receive emails and comments, to the day I die about that video. But one thing you guys have to realize is every time I make these, there's the possibility that the information I give you will become out of date. Anyway, that's enough for this FAQ. I'll see you guys next time on JFAQ with Unrested.